Left hand freaking up. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah coming at you with another live stream of the DMVSportsZone channel. As the Washington Commanders are now 7-2, 7-2. First time since 1996. Me and Mahad were -6 years old at the time. What a time to be alive as a Commanders fan as they beat the New York Giants. I don't know what was Mahad. I don't know if it was the score. I think it was
27-22.
to a 5 point game. Shouldn't have been that close, but we'll talk about it. Just another good Commanders win. Overall, your thoughts? I'm here with my good friend Mahad from the Somali Sports Guy. How you doing today, man? What do you think about the game?
Doing good. Good win. Can't complain always. At the end of the day, win's a win. Game was a lot more closer than I expected, as is. Seems like it always is like that every time we play the Giants, regardless of, injuries and whatnot. Got the win. The run game was decent. It was solid. Overall, what I expected coming to the game, I kind of solidified what I was thinking. Daniel Jones started off pretty slow, started to lighten up towards the middle of the game. Their tight end, the rookie tight end, was going off. I don't know what the heck was going on with our defense. But then again, Jaden Daniels played well, limited turnovers, so can't complain. Just got to fix some stuff up to coming up in the next few weeks before our bye week. What about you? What do you think?
Definitely agree. Like you said, it shouldn't have been that close of a game. Seeing Theo Johnson wide open was frustrating. And early on in the game, the Giants were scared to throw the ball. They just kept running it with Tyron Tracy. And again, it should have been a blow up. There was one play where the Giants were driving. They got a field goal out of it, but it was a fourth down. And I really think we talked about it. That was a turnover on downs, but that's besides the point. Terry McLaurin, let's talk about him, bro. 2 touchdowns over Deontay Banks, a man who not too long ago last year would question after a Giants win with Tommy DeVito, did Terry McLaurin or did 17 play today? He got humbled, and I think Giants fans are starting to really, thrash on him this season compared to last year. But Terry McLaurin, I mean, again, I'll keep saying it, there were people out there saying that this man was not a number 1 receiver, that he was washed. Now he's top 5 receiving yards. Definitely a Pro Bowler this year, the way he's playing. What was your thoughts on Terry's performance today?
Man, Terry just, keeps proving the haters wrong, coming into this game, I think he was tied for second or third when it came to the most receiving yards when it comes to single coverage. And now he is at the top of the list in the NFL with 392 yards total. Although, he had a very dominant game, on the stat sheet outside of his touchdowns, he didn't really have much receiving yards, 2 catches for 19 yards isn't very big, and averaging around 10 yards a catch for every time he catches the ball, but he got 2 touchdowns out of it. So it kind of just shows his efficiency and how much of a team player he is. And I think that really fuels the rest of the guys on this team. Noah Brown, Zacchaeus, Eckler, De'Ami Brown, all those guys really stepped up. Noah Brown, 5 catches for 60 yards today, really killing it. And Zacchaeus as well, he came in clutch as well towards the end of the game. I think it was like a second or third down. Jaden Daniels came out of the pocket. Yeah, 40-yard catch. Yeah, so everyone's coming up, stepping up, and it kind of I got to ask you, so I'm slowly thinking, is wide receiver 2 a big need, you think, coming into the trade deadline?
I think after this game, bro, I don't know. I mean, Noah Brown stepped up big, and honestly, it's, as much as I hate to say it, Luke McCaffrey does deserve the ball more. But even without him showing up, the receiving core is good, and we control tempo of the game. Obviously, it would be nice to get a guy like T. Higgins, maybe some other receiver out there on a selling team. I know the Saints. I mean, they just lost the Panthers, so they're going to be selling. Guys like Marshall Lattimore might be out there. I know Chris Olave just got his 5th concussion, so it's scary. It's down bad down there in New Orleans. But no, I wouldn't mind it, but I prefer a defensive back because we can talk about it. We got Naeem in here hyping you up. The secondary is suspect, my bad. It's suspect. I mean, again, it's Malik Neighbors, but early on seeing guys wide open. I just think if you bring in a guy like Marshall Lattimore, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, I mean, I don't see the harm in that. I'm looking at the comment section right now. We need corners more. Should we be buyers at the trade deadline? I believe so. This is so surreal. I can't believe we're 7-2. Yeah, first time since 1996. It's insane. I guess we can start with you. You're crazy, man. He ain't coming to Washington. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think offensively, we're one of the top offenses in the league. So clearly that's not a reason why we're losing, right? It just comes down to executing. Our run game is solid. O-line's been playing great, especially today, playing really well against a bunch of guys. Ojulari, Okereke, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns. They really put their fight up.
I mean, Dexter Lawrence how many sacks did the team had? I don't remember. I can't recall his name being called.
No, it was a pretty quiet game on their end. So honestly, the O-line this entire year has been playing amazing. So really, there was no sacks. The Giants didn't have any sacks to begin with. So
Wow.
our O-line's been playing well. The defense is the big question mark. Like you said, what's it called? Theo Johnson coming right up the middle. I don't know what was going on with Quan Martin, Jeremy Chin. I don't know what was going, if it was like a misassignment or something like that. But I think defensively, we need to really lock in with getting more secondary help, especially people that can be able to run with tight ends. Because I know Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu may not be the fastest guys when it comes to playing outside the box. So outside of Sanders Stroll, Igbenogany, they've been playing well. Even St. Juice today surprisingly played well. I say we should go out for a corner. I think that's something we should do. Denzel Ward, I know they lost today, the Browns. He would be a good addition. Marshawn Lattimore. There's just like a lot of players all over the board that I think we should be going for. So we'll see. Hopefully Adam Peters could do his thing, But I have a feeling that Adam Peters is mainly looking to rebuild and supplement through the draft and not as much through trading. So we'll see how it goes.
I think right here in the comment, if we're gonna win big games, we need defensive backs. I agree. And honestly, I think if you're Adam Peters, I know you want to build this team through the draft, but if you can, I don't see why not, bro. Like you trade for a guy like T. Higgins, Marshawn Lattimore to help out this defense. Because again, like we still have to play the Eagles twice. And this report just came out. The report saying people want to be traded to Washington is so insane. Again, even if it's not true, the fact that that's fake and that people would talk about that, like a couple of years ago, this team, like no one would want to come to nor talk about it. Now they see Jane Daniels, a young superstar quarterback. They see this coaching staff. They see the culture, and it's all coming together. And now people want to come to Washington as they are 7-2, bro. That is insane. They already hit the over. Not that I'm a betting man, of course, but they already hit the over on their line at 6.5. Like they're the first team to do that in the NFL this year. Like that is crazy. Sweeping the Giants, and the Giants have always owned us for as long as we. And it was so funny because Daniel Jones did have a passing touchdown at home, and this was the first time he had a passing touchdown since 2022.
It's always us, bro. I'm telling you, it's always us. I don't know. I wish we can get Adam Rank on the podcast, see what he's got to say, because I swear every week that guy's just saying something out of his butt, bro. Always talking nonsense. But I think you're right. I agree with you. Like coming in, watching these other players and these other teams wanting to come and be traded to Washington, it's clearly obvious we're building something special. Our trajectory is only expanding and it's going up and up. And going back to what you were talking about when it comes to trading and the trade deadlines this upcoming Tuesday, I think at 4 o'clock or something like that in the midday.
Election day too.
Yeah, election day too. Go out and vote, by the way. But coming into that, I think we really should be able to hopefully be able to get some pieces because coming into this year, this was supposed to be a rebuild year. We're not supposed to be 7-2 right now. You know what I mean? And now looking at us, we actually have a chance to take a shot in the playoffs and get people a run for our money. And I think now is a perfect time to just, why not? Why sit and wait until the offseason or to the draft and to be able to do something? Get the experience now. This roster is so young, and if you could give these guys on this team experience in the playoffs, regardless if we win or lose or for first round exit, that's something that we're going to have a chip on our shoulder going into this offseason. So go out, be aggressive, put out some trades. Honestly, I think that's the best thing we should do. It really is.
No, definitely. I agree with you. Going back to Daniel Jones, I mean, yeah, he always plays well against us. I'm not going to lie. The big reason why Daniel Jones got paid, 6 of his wins was against us, or 7. And again, going back to the O-line, we got to give them credit. They played amazing. The Giants were number 1 in sacks coming in and 0 on the day. I mean, obviously, you got to give Daniel Jones credit for his mobility, but the time that he had in his pocket is surreal. What else? Obviously, Brian Robinson wasn't playing, so that was huge. Austin Eckler, Chris Rodriguez, and Jerry McNichols carried the load. I think Austin Eckler had a touchdown.
They came in clutch today, especially McNichols, especially McNichols and Eckler. They were doing their thing.
Definitely. It was nice to see. Honestly, that first Giants fumble when Daniel Jones threw it and Darren Mathis dropped it. I think that the ref should have let it continue. I think it was kind of dumb that they stopped the play. It was clearly a great job by Dante Fowler putting pressure on Daniel Jones.
No, I agree for both sides. Even us, we had a play similar to that where there was Quan Martin had an interception, but he got strip fumbled, and their other player, the receiver, caught the ball. I think it was Wando Robinson or Slade. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but they got the ball and they were down, and they got up and started running and stopped running. You just got to play through the whistle, regardless of what happens. What's his name? Bobby Wagner does that all the time. Even in Seattle, LA, he was always the type of guy to always play through the whistle. That's what you got to do to have that championship mindset.
Yeah, definitely. And now they are 7-2. I think they're still right now 2 games above Philly, but I think Philly's going to win today. Dallas lost today. That was kind of That's something to look at. They're 3-5. I think Giants are out of the picture. They're tanking. I think right now, if we're being honest, the NFC East is going to come down to us and Philly. How do you think we stand against Philadelphia?
Honestly, I think we have a good chance against Philly. They're a good football team, despite their ups and downs, but we're gonna have to continue to stay disciplined. Don't let the stupid plays get to us when it comes to holdings, pass interferences, unnecessary roughness. Play football, just focus on what's in front of you, and hopefully the most important thing with this team is, health. Hopefully everyone could stay healthy, not get hurt, especially our QB. Next week we got the Steelers. I think we're playing at home, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But we're playing at home against the Steelers. They have a bye week this week, so they're going to be extra rested up. That's going to be a big test. Naeem, you're 100% right. That's going to be a big test for sure. They got a lot of good weapons. What's his name? Russell Wilson's go back in under center again. George Pickens, him and they starting to slowly. Yeah, TJ Watt. I don't know what we're gonna do. I hope Andrew Wiley could, I hope he eats good this week, because he's gonna need every carb and all those energies, bro. So we got to do our things. We got to stay up. We got to fight. I have every bit in faith in this defense and this offense and this team. Dan Quinn's gonna lead us. We're gonna keep doing our thing.
Yeah, the Nines, Packers, Vikings are all teams that I'm in doubt that we beat, but we'll see. Yeah, no, I agree. We just gotta see. I guess we can also talk about Jaden Daniels. I mean, again, bro, he's already rookie of the year, or offensive rookie of the year. What do you think his case is for MVP?
MVP, I know I talked about this on Twitter with a couple other guys the other day. I'm 100% agreeing with you guys. Everyone saying that Jaden Daniels is an MVP conversation for sure. We need more consistency from all across our team in order to put ourselves deeper into the playoffs. I feel like one thing people forget is the fact that, this is a team sport, and our O-line has been really giving Jaden Daniels opportunities to go out there and compete. So has Cliff Kingsbury. And our O-line is a big, big, big component as to why we're being a good football team and why we're 7-2. Yeah, for sure. Should definitely finish top 5 for MVP. At this rate, I think he definitely is in the conversations, but I feel like a lot of people are discrediting the fact that as well as he's been playing, there's a lot of subcategories that go into why that is. So for sure, that's definitely the case. But a lot of people on Twitter be talking about how, he completely single-handedly changed this entire team, which I agree is true. He did change, but there's a lot of catalysts that go into that. I don't know, Abdullah, what do you think?
No, I agree with you. Also, the fact that Lamar Jackson is balling out, that's a whole different thing. And the Ravens did beat us. I think, obviously, he's going to finish top 5, in my opinion. But, again, this Commanders team, it wasn't just Jaden Daniels. It was, the whole new coaching staff, the offensive line, bringing in new guys, a whole revamped roster, just from top to bottom. It was a great job by this coaching staff. I think Dan Quinn should be, top 3 in Coach of the Year candidates. And I think he should be Coach of the Year if we win 11+ games and go to the playoffs, because, look at this, bro. Again, we were supposed to be a team that's supposed to be rebuilding, and now we're 7-2. Great job by the company.
Exactly. I'm just looking at it. It's the same. We're in the same boat as the Houston Texans last year. CJ Stroud, 2nd overall pick in the 2023 draft, coming in. We have a completely new defense, a defensive-minded coach, just like the Texans when they had
Bobby Slowick.
Their head coach. He came from the 49ers.
DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans, yeah. Come in with a defensive-minded head coach. Literally, it's the same exact play. We have young ballers on both sides of the football, both sides of the line of scrimmage. Right now, we're in the same boat. We're going to hopefully go into the playoffs, and I want to do a lot more damage than they did last year. So I think that's just a big theme, continuing to just be consistent with what we're doing, staying healthy, and just hoping that, 7-2 will continue to be 8-2, 9-2, 10-2, etc.
It's surreal.
It's crazy.
Feeling.
It's just weird that we're actually 7-2. I can't believe it.
When it comes to making content about this team, it's about what they do wrong, criticizing them. But now when they're doing everything right, it's it is kind of weird. But nevertheless, this team, I do think, Mahad, that they will trade for someone come Tuesday. Whether that's going to be a big name guy or a small name guy, I don't know. But I will think they will trade for someone because it only makes sense. You're 7-2. Why not make that push yourself a little over the edge to see if you can add a guy on the team. Depending on who we play, we should win 1 or 2. Yeah, dude, exactly. The fact that we can win 1. The last time the Commanders won a playoff game, I was 2 years old. We were both 2 years old. That's just crazy to say after what we saw last year at 4-13.
Exactly. It depends on the seedings. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Naeem's right. It depends on who we play, for sure. Yeah. So looking at this upcoming trade deadline, what are some players such as like cornerbacks, one of the biggest needs on the team, Denzel Ward, Marshawn Lattimore. What do you think is the most that we should give up when it comes to draft capital?
That's a good point because obviously you don't want to give up high capital,
Hmm.
especially with Denzel Ward's injury history. I don't think he's worth more than a third.
Hmm.
Marshawn Lattimore obviously is up there in age, so I maybe like third or fourth round value as well. T.
Hmm.
Higgins, if they I don't think they will because the Bengals just won today. I don't. Maybe if he's available, who knows? That's going to be a little more capital.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm also blanking on other people. Maybe J.C. Horn from the Panthers, even though they won today.
Big
That
time,
could
big
be a guy. I'm blanking out on names. I don't know if you
time.
have any in
No, no, I
mind.
completely agree. Those are the main ones for sure. And I think hopefully we could be able to target the teams that are in like kind of that dumpster fire type of kind of point in the season, where they're starting to go downhill. And yeah, third for Denzel is really good. I agree. Denzel's a great player, but I'm pretty sure he turns like 28 or 29 come this at the end of the season. So age is there, but we're trying to win now. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
No, definitely. I think a schedule coming up. Like we play Philly twice, Dallas twice. I think we have the Titans and Saints.
Titans,
I mean,
Saints.
the Titans barely won it against the Patriots. So without a doubt, we're already 7-2. This team is. I think they're definitely going to hit that 10+ win mark.
Oh
Unless
yeah, without a doubt.
mid-season collapse, hopefully not. I don't think so because everything's clicking like offense, defense. Obviously, you got to defensively, you got to tune some things up. But offensively, I mean, Cliff Kingsbury has his team looking really, really, really good. I'm hoping this dude doesn't go anywhere else to be a head coach because
Mhm.
if it's perfect in Washington.
Exactly. We're going into the second half of our season schedule, and we've already passed that hump of the difficult parts of the teams we're playing. We've already played Baltimore, the Bears, regardless of their standings, they're a good football team. The Browns, a great defensive football team. So we've already passed that hump. We're playing the Eagles, Cowboys, division rivals at the end of the day. So that's going to be a difficult game to begin with. But we got the Falcons, we got other teams. They're pretty solid. I feel like going into this stretch, we could definitely build the momentum we need.
Definitely. Also, another big thing outside of this team, the Miami Dolphins lost today. So that third round pick that we got from them from the
Yeah.
Jahan Dotson trade, which still looks so sweet,
Going
is
up in value as every day as we go by,
yeah.
hopefully.
The draft capital that we got. I mean, dude, like, and we're third in cap space this offseason. This offseason, like, I know, like, we're gonna look forward to the playoffs, but this offseason is where I'm gonna
Is
be like, oh
yeah.
man, it's gonna be exciting. It
I
really
know,
is.
I know. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I still can't believe we got Jahan Dotson for a third round pick. Third
And it was,
round
I
pick.
think, 2-7. I think it was something else outside of the third, or I
I
don't know
think it
if it
was a
was just
seventh or
the third.
sixth with it. But still, like
Some
a third in itself, like wow. Like that's
the
what Devontae Adams was traded for. This is crazy.
and Amari Cooper, like.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, at the time, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but looking back, I mean, what a fleece.
I mean, they're not even utilizing him now on their team, the Eagles. He's just been, chilling on the bench with his boys and just sitting there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for this team. Hopefully, that third round pick will be valuable.
No, definitely. It's sweeping the Giants. I mean, man, you always love to see. Obviously, seeing Deontay Banks, whatever his name was, being humbled. Obviously, he was upset that Emmanuel Forbes was picked over him, rightfully so, but still talking all that trash. Didn't know who Terry McLaurin was, and now that he has a quarterback that will throw to him. I mean, that second touchdown when it was like, I think there was like
Yeah.
10 seconds left. I thought it would be a field goal. Was beautiful, and that first
Mhm.
touchdown, just a simple slant. I mean, not many can guard that when it comes to Terry McLaurin.
Mhm.
It really, it's
Exactly.
great, man. It really is.
It is very great. Happy to
Mhm.
see for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'm pretty sure we covered about everything.
Yeah, pretty much got everything. Stay tuned for the next preview this week regarding the Steelers game and as well the possible trade deadline, what we can see and expect.
Definitely, if we make a big move, trade deadline, we're going live again.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, thanks again, guys. Please make sure you check out Mahad's Twitter or X, sorry, Somali Sports. I got to get used to that. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at DMVSportsZone. The Washington Commanders are 7-2, potentially could be 8-2 next week if they beat Pittsburgh. What a time to be alive as a Commanders fan. Josh Harris and company, we thank you. Adam Peters really has changed this team and the culture and the identity of football in Washington. That being said, we're out. Peace.